Hello, this is Transformers Fan G138, and today I'm reviewing Transformers Classics Cliffjumper from the Classics line. He's a repaint of the Transformers Classics Bumblebee, in which I have 3 versions myself of the Bumblebee. I got Reveal the Shield Bumblebee, I've got the Walmart exclusive version of the Classics Bumblebee, and I have the Classics Bumblebee. But this one is pretty awesome, because he's red, not yellow. Yellow's not particularly my favorite color. So this is his vehicle form here. He's got some nice silver paint apps here that weren't necessarily original, but from the series for a Classics update, but it does add a unique flair, I guess you could call it, to this figure. I mean, it's pretty awesome. He's got a rub sign here, one of the old style from the original Transformers. Yeah, I can't get it to color change, but it's there. So from the underside here you can see his arms, but the front is pretty well covered up. He's a pretty nice car. In the original series he was, I forget what the car name is at this point, but he looked a lot like Bumblebee. He wasn't Volkswagen Beetle, but he was of a similar car. And he actually had the same exact transformation and almost identical features. They looked similar. The only difference was Cliffjumper had a spoiler and different hood. And he was different car, but realistically, they were the same toy. Well, as far as this one goes, he is a straight-up repaint from the Classics Bumblebee. Unlike the original, who had a different head, this one features the same head, and I'll show you that one later. Also, with this mold, it comes with this little Wave Rider, the cruiser thing. It's just an added feature for robot mode, really. It's got no real purpose other than kind of like a jetpack thing. Not that thrilling. It rolls fairly nice, you know. The trailer works. Trailer, you know. I think it's a little out of proportion with the seats inside. I think this should be a little bit bigger, but it works. It's okay. It's like a mini one. We'll go with that. He does have a spoiler here, like the Bumblebee version, but that's kind of pretty neat because he did have the spoiler in G1. That can actually come off if you want on the Bumblebee version to give him more of a Beetle Volkswagen look. And it doesn't detract from the figure at all, other than it does remove the spoiler. So if you have the Bumblebee version and you want to do that, it just leaves these holes here, but they're not too noticeable. So that just snaps on and off. So, let me get him into robot mode and we'll check him out. Okay, so here he is in robot mode. He's pretty awesome. For a Bumblebee repaint, it's pretty awesome. It's Cliffjumper always did look like Bumblebee with, so it does work. Now, the first thing you notice when you're looking at this guy is he does have the same head as Bumblebee did in the Classics. Well, here is my Reveal the Shield version of Bumblebee. And you can see that he also features the same head, so yeah, Cliffjumper in the original series had a different head, but it did kind of look like Bumblebee's a little, so it's you can pass it off as Cliffjumper, definitely. As far as the actual overall figure goes, he is pretty awesome in the color red. Just awesome. I like how these plates here on the back of these were the seats in vehicle mode. I really like how those are painted red on the back. You know, it just gives him a little more variance versus Bumblebee, which were silver. So, as far as the character goes, he's got motion here in the foot a little bit from transformation. He's got knee joint, knee swivel. He's got a ball and socket joint for his foot. It can't go all the way up, but decent amount. He's got a good range. His elbows are ball socket joint here. He's got a arm socket joint here. You got a lot of motion there, a lot of motion here. He's got a head ball and socket joint, so you can get some pretty cool poses with this. Yeah. The way I prefer to display this on my shelf is just like this with the... Oh, there it goes. With the gun that came with the G3 trailer for Bumblebee. I think it works better with Cliffjumper because, you know, it just works. In addition to this, like the Bumblebee mold, he came with that Wave Rider thing. It turns into a jetpack, like I mentioned before. So that literally just clips onto the his backpack here and becomes his jetpack wings type thing, which also adjust for, you know, for the sake of adjusting, I guess. It works. He's pretty much in scale with several of the guys. I mean, he's not too in scale with the Decepticons, as the Decepticons are jets, and they're supposed to be huge, and they're like the same height with smaller heads, but they're still nice. So we'll get into another little neat trick I learned. If you don't like the Bumblebee head on this guy, and you happen to not like the mold they use for the Generations War for Cybertron version of Cliffjumper, which I loathe. I absolutely hate this mold. Way out of proportion. See, just look how much taller he is above this Cliffjumper. What's cool is if you pop this guy's head off, and then you take this guy's head off, which this is the first time I've actually had trouble doing that. You can actually pop the Generations head onto this Cliffjumper. And this head, unfortunately, is not able to clip on this one. It's just a size change. This one happens to be just slightly bigger, so it fits on this one, but this one does not fit on this. So, I mean, the colors are off, and that's fixable with a little bit of paint, but, I mean, I think it's fine this way. I don't really see that big of a deal with it. It just gives them a little bit different shade of red in there. It's pretty awesome the way it is. It does not limit anything. It still can transform correct and everything. So if you feel like doing that, go ahead and do it. It's easy mod that takes about 2 seconds. Okay, a little more if you have trouble getting the heads off, but it's a really easy mod to do. Well, that's that. If you have any more requests for any more reviews, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you with a video review shortly. Thanks for watching.